Welcome back, students. So in today's lesson, we're just going to continue exploring working with data, and we're going to start connecting it with a presentation. So I'd like you to open Chrome if you can, because I use Chrome. I know Chrome inside out. Maybe I don't, but I know it better than I know Edge anyway. So I want you to open Office 365. Okay, you may be logged in already. And you'll see your waffle, and indeed maybe you won't need it if some of your recent files. From there, I want you to open up Excel, an Excel tab, and a new blank Excel sheet. Pop that to the left. I'll close these down and just show you how we do that again. Okay, a PowerPoint. And I'm just going to leave another Office 365 there ready if I need to go somewhere else. Okay. In most websites, if you click on the top left, it'll bring you to their homepage. There's a kind of a logo on the top left of nearly any website. Under Climate, monthly data. Now there's a huge amount here, so if you don't know this, you won't be able to find our monthly data. Okay, you get a map of Ireland. You get from Malin Head in the north all the way down to Sherkin Island in the south. But right here next to us is Shannon Airport, so we're going to use the Shannon Airport data. Okay, now I'm curious, is there a way for me to export the data? Open the data. Monthly weather, Shannon Airport. It's a JSON file. I can download it as a JSON file. That's all the data there. However, I'm not too sure whether Excel is going to like this file. So I'm going to take a simpler approach, and I'm just going to go back there and just copy paste. Okay, may not be the most sophisticated way of doing things, but it's what I know how to do, and that's what we're going to do. So I'll go over here to the right corner, and we see the annual data here. Even though we're going to calculate that ourselves, for now I'm going to copy everything. Now I have to make sure it's delimited. As far as I know, when we go straight to Excel, it may not delimit itself. I'm having a problem blowing it up. It's my recording software is on top of my magnifier in the bottom right corner. I'm going to try Control++, although no, that's not working either. Bear with me now, I have a bit of problem solving to do. Okay. Where's my data? Am I too low? No, I haven't pasted it across yet. Oh, I haven't pasted it across yet. Control Shift V will take any formatting off the data. Okay, that seemed to have worked. That's great, because I don't want to be bringing you out into Google Sheets, which is going to be a workaround. So that seems to be fine. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do something what sounds crazy. I'm going to delete that, okay? Delete. How do I clear? Let me see. Right click. Clear contents. Okay, it's gone. And say, oh, I'm sorry I did that. How can I get that data back? Well, if you think about it, annual data is the sum of all of this. So let's go into one that's occupied fully, this one. So we're going to say equals. Now, you know the word sum means add. Well, in Excel, there's a special function called sum, S-U-M. Okay? And it wants to know, it's opening up a bracket here, wanting to know what would I like it to sum. So I'm going to put arguments here. It's like a function. takes in a variable, my arguments will be the values in these cells. Now obviously I don't want to add up the 2023, it's not a rainfall. Okay, well I'll hit return there and it will tell me that in 2023 in Shannon Airport there was 1,146 millimeters of rain in the whole year. Now, but I can drag that, and the thing about Excel is it will work out local reference or relative reference. So as I go here, if I double click on it, even it'll tell you I've added up all the cells in the B row, sorry, in the 4 row, all the way from B up to M, etc. Okay, so we see very little annual rainfall so far this year because so many months haven't happened, and that's fine. Now what about this LTA? LTA stands for long-term average. Long-term average is a term used in various fields. Okay, can I stop it there? Nope. Hit escape. No, I can't let it run. Okay, it's telling me too much.
LTA stands for long-term average, a statistical measure used to represent the average value of a dataset over a long period. In basic data analysis, it is important because it helps in understanding the underlying trends by smoothing out short-term fluctuations. This makes LTA useful for making long-term predictions and decisions.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see, could we make our own LTA? Like if we averaged up here, but the thing is, this is a long term, so it's going back. So if I was to say I want an average here of these last few years, it ain't going to be the same value. Okay, it's much smaller. So, and I can make the corresponding calculations along here. Okay, so you'll see it differs. And we can even do things like, just to compare, see is it less than or more than. In February, we've had more rain in the last 4 years than the long-term average. Okay, so the beauty of this long-term average, of course, is that it is long-term and it's not just the last few years, so it's valuable. However, we leave it there. We might use it. We might compare, like for instance, if we want to compare any of these years with the rainfall profile to anything, the thing to compare it with would be the LTA, the long-term average, so that we can make deductions about. So I can drag that down there as well. I can control Z. What happened there? So I can drag that down and take the average LTA, or the total. So in most typical years, you get 977 milligrams. Anything above that is above average. So 2023 was a wet year, and 2021 was a dry year because of that number. Okay, but I'm looking at pure numbers. Of course, the whole business of charts helps us visualize numbers, which we're going to look at now. And I'll be honest, I'm learning this as we go, so consider us to be learning it together. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a copy of this sheet. See how I might do that. Duplicate the sheet. Now, something else, I want you to learn how to work with sheets. So just the simplest thing to be able to do is to create a sheet. So down your bottom right, just click the plus symbol a few times to make new sheets. So it's like you don't just have one array of cells, you have loads of them. Okay, and then the thing about them is it can get hard to manage them, so we want to be able to name them and color them. Let's start off with coloring them. So I can make the tab color something pretty easy to stand out like a mile. So green can be my data. I can also right click on it and call it data, but that would be a very generic name. Let's call it rainfall. Okay. Let's go get some more data. Let's get temperature data. So over to my right, and I would like you to do this. There's no point in me giving you the data when you can go get it yourself. So I want you to pop in here to your Met Éireann climate monthly data, pick Shannon, go in here, drag your column across on the second one down, which is your mean temperatures, your average temperatures, drag to the left and up. I will take that header as well, or that title. These are the headers, that title. Okay, and I've control copied. Now listen carefully. Into Excel, into a new sheet. Wants to know, do I want to name the sheet? Yeah, that'd be great. I'd call it temp for temperature. And I'm going to control shift, or better still, right click, paste special values only. Okay, so it just takes away formatting, which may mean all the numbers pile up on top of each other in one cell and stuff like that. So that's cool. We've done that. I'm just wondering, is it blown up on a... Look, the magnification is on a sheet per sheet basis. So we're going to blow this sheet up. See things better. Okay, now let's color that temperature. Right click, tab color. Let's make it blue. Actually, I didn't think temperature could be red. Rainfall, you might associate cold color with rain, or water could be considered blue. Okay, so we have temperature, rainfall. Let's go get some more data. Mean temperature, evaporation, degrees, days below. So they're all similar. Maybe we have the two main ones now. Well, let's just take evaporation just for the hell of it. Okay, so I'm going to go to bottom right cell, drag left and up, control copy, over to my Excel. Right click, paste special values only. Okay, this is evaporation, which you might say, well, sure, that's surely connected to temperature. It is, but it's also connected to humidity, so it is a measurement in its own right. Okay, and if you're not a great speller like I'm not, then you can always copy paste your spelling there for evaporation, in case you're worried that you didn't spell it right. Okay, let's color our evaporation. Doesn't really matter what color. Let's make it purple, something to stand out. Okay, and let's delete these other cells that I made earlier. It's going to warn me each time. Can I delete several? So I could hold shift bar down. No, I can't. Control bar down. No, I can't. Okay, well, that didn't work. So let's delete them one at a time for now. I'm sure there's a way to delete several of them all at once, or maybe there isn't. It's an open question for the class to answer. I'd like one of you to say, I did my research on that you were asking there during your video, and I have an answer for you, and I'm going to share it with everyone. And that'll be great. Who's going to be first to it? Now we're going left and up. Okay, so we have our evaporation data, our temperature data, and you know what, we'll bring this in again. Let's just wipe it. I know I did some editing, but I'm gonna bring the header with it, the top title. So in fact, I'll just delete it all together and start again. Make another one. Okay, because I can. And because practicing doing this is a great thing anyway. And I'm going to come up as far as here. And look, every single day this number is going to go up a bit. Up to the 19th of March. Well, the 19th of March, today's the 21st, so obviously it's jumping up along. So it'd be interesting to see when it hops up and gets updated. I did a control copy. I'm going into my A1 cell, and I'm going to go control shift V is another way of pasting values. So as well as right click paste special values there, it tells you there's a shortcut control shift V. So when you see these things, you want to start remembering them as you go. That's the way STEM works. you know, it's dynamic and you're just learning stuff on the fly all the time. Okay, so sheet 1 isn't a great name. We want to call it rainfall. Before I do that, I want to magnify things. Okay, I'm going to double click rainfall in the data cell here. That's probably not what it's called, but again, good enough name for us for now until somebody tells me the correct name for it. And a double click here on the name, and I get to kind of see it up here and paste in rainfall. Okay, let's color that blue. Okay. Now I'm going to copy it, duplicate it. So I have my original, and I'm going to have a policy. Let's say anything with a number on it is what I'm going to work with. Okay, so the original will be here and I'm not going to touch it. So I'll do the same with evaporation. I'll duplicate it. So that you just want to have an original copy. You might as well, because digital is really good at doing things like that. So it's good practice. Okay, so we're going to, anything that doesn't, with the numbered one, we're going to mess with it. And if we need a further copy, we'll come back into the original temp and duplicate further. Okay, so I'm working here with the numbered copy. You can see it's not magnified. I'm going to magnify it. Quick little trick here is also to be able to jump to just A1. I typed in A1 into the address bar, and that'll bring you home. And you can go anywhere. You can go to P99. There'll be nothing there, but I can go there. So what the heck am I doing down here? I'm going to go back up to A1. Okay. Now, I'm going to delete that row. Keeping that because it's valuable data that's not contained within the other data. This, we're going to do an exercise. We're going to see, can we recreate that annual data by doing equals to sum, and it automatically says, oh, I think you want to add these ones. Why is that 7.1 though? That must be annual average. Let's drag. Okay, let's divide that by 12. Oh, there's something wrong. What am I doing? Temperature. So these are annual averages, but these are actually annual sums. So there's a difference. But if these are annual averages, how come I'm not getting the same number here? Do you know what? I probably included that number. Did I? I did. It included that number. It had no way of knowing not to. Okay. So you see that. I hope this isn't boring now that I'm making kind of not mistakes, but it isn't very well directed. But I'm going to continue going here anyway. We've 20 minutes in. You know what, probably enough. If you can do that today, if you can do even half of that today, that'll be enough. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to ask you to make your sheets. We'll worry about how we analyze that data later. Okay, that's it, guys. I'm signing off. That's 20 minutes of video, which you shouldn't be watching for 20 minutes. You should be working on this. But that's easily a class worth of content. As always, students, I will see you in the next one.